Okay, let's do the trim. Now the trim is something like the minus front. In that, here's the minus front. Let's fill something with color. And we'll do the other one. Now the minus front, as you will recall, what it does is it will remove that portion that intersects, that is over. So, I mean, you know what I mean. So let's just minus the front. Okay, so there it is. Now, what we have instead with the trim is it almost does the same thing. Let me just create the square. Except that when it trims, it saves the thing that you're using to trim. It's using let's say, the cookie cutter. In the minus the front, it disappears. But in the trim, it remains so that you can use it again. And so you can have a consistency in the shape. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We are going to hit the trim. So there it goes. Now, whenever you use the trim, you have to do your ungroup. Now look what happens. It minus the front, just like the minus the front does, except this time it saved the cookie cutter. And so you can use it again and again. Remember always to ungroup. Let's ungroup. And I can use it again. And that's the big difference. That's what the trim does. It allows you to keep that shape that you used in the minus front. Okay, let's do it one more time. Remember to ungroup before you move the shape. And now I have the shape, and I can do crazy things with it. And what it basically does is it allows you to have a uniform hole cut out. So there's that. Okay, now let's use that to create a boat in some water. Okay, I'm gonna first of all create a rectangle, and it's gonna be my water. So here we go. Let's make it purple. And then I am going to grab an ellipse tool and draw the ellipse. And we'll just turn it another color so we can watch. Okay, so I'm going to make the ocean. I'm going to do the trim. I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to move it over. I'm going to do the trim. Ungroup, move it over, and do the trim, ungroup, move it over, and do the trim, ungroup, move it over, I'm going to trim, ungroup, move it over, trim, ungroup, move it over. And remember, it's the Command-Shift-G that allows me to ungroup, the shortcut. Ungroup. Let's make a tall wave this time. Gotta trim. Oops, I gotta select both shapes that are interacting. Gonna ungroup, and then one more. Trim, ungroup. There. I'm just gonna keep this for the time being. Here's my ocean. Then, to make these waves, I'm just gonna drag it down, hold my option, it duplicates it, and I would change the color. When I Command D, it duplicates it again. Remember, it stays selected, so I can pick another color. Command D, stays selected, another color. Command D, Command D, Command D. So basically I'm creating my ocean. Yeah, let's go ahead. There we go. So if you look at it, we have our beautiful waves. Now another thing that we can do is we can grab one of these and holding Option we can switch it around. So all of a sudden we have really choppy water. That our boat will be able to, navigate. So yeah, let's make this. Yeah, that'll be fun. So now we have this ocean going on here. Now let's make our boat. Let us use an ellipse. Move it up a little bit. Duplicate it by holding Option before I let it go. Let's do a minus front. So we have the boat, and we should probably make it brown. Okay, there's that part of the boat. Now let's make our sail. We're going to make a rectangle, and moving real close, I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to go down to the very bottom. Move it out a little bit, and I will use my trim here effectively because it will allow me to trim, and that'll be good. I'm going to hit trim and ungroup. Then I can move the sail by holding my shift over here and then uniting. So that gives me a sail. That's my sail. What do you think? Okay, let's make it a different color, a sail color. And then we'll make a big one. And we'll make a little one. Okay, let's see. And we'll make a couple little ones. I don't know how boats actually work. And maybe we'll do another one. Yeah, and using the direct. I'll just select these two here. Okay, let's not get carried away. This is just a lesson. Okay, so here is our boat, our tall boat. And so if I grab these sails, and then I might hit exclude and come up with something like that. There, beautiful. Alright, so now I'm going to group these guys, Command G, and move them down into the water. Maybe make them so that it looks like they're in the waves. Now look. It's in front of the waves, but if I select it and do my command bracket, I can move it back into the waves. Okay, then I can make it like in peril. And now that I have my boat in the ocean and my sun, I'm going to make it go way to the back by holding Command Shift and bracket. And turn it into a yellow. So you can see that using the trim, not only to make a consistent amount, this consistent curve in the water, but make a consistent curve in the sail and in fact in the sun. So that's an effective way to use trim. Trim will keep that cookie cutter so that you can use it over and over again.